Welcome to African Tradition and Tunes, where we discover African culture and tradition through music. But before we start, I want to give a shout out to Fally Ipupa. First, this music we're about to explore is his. And also, he celebrated his birthday very recently. So, happy birthday. Having said that, let's dive into the music of the day. This video shares a story of pure unconditional love, or kind of like a deep connection between two lovers and between a mother and her son. Now, the story is quite captivating and very deep. And you will see brilliant execution of color palettes to tell the story. You will see some African cultural practice, and there is one that yet subtle but very impactful. It's a practice that is actually carried out during wedding ceremonies in some cultures as well. The words of the musical is very alluring, and the instrumentals, oh, would melt your heart. So this is actually, in my opinion, this is a beautiful masterpiece. And definitely we would learn so much about this today.
Yagi Noel Mbuya Amuna yo nzete ya mbila Epesi mbila epesi mafuta Epesi ntsamba mpe na mpose Linda lala Na matanga na feti ata bakachango Epesi mayebo na makokolo.
Okay, so let's take a minute to actually assess this room and just make sense out of what's going on here. So in the room, you see that it's an attic. So attic are usually associated with bachelors. So in this particular scene, we can assume is a bachelor. We also have the color green. So green, you would say green is for like prosperity, kind of like good luck, financial success. And that's why you see lots of currencies in the color green. So that as well too. And then we're seeing blue. So we're seeing blue. He's wearing blue for shoes. Okay. So, and also he has blue shirt as well too. So blue would represent integrity, basically, dependability. And then on the wall, we have pink all over the wall. So pink is usually associated with love, with romance, with youthfulness, which will also tie to the fact that he's more like a bachelor in this particular scene. Okay, so let's look at other scenes and put it together to narrate the story very well. All right.
Mama Marie-Hélène Ngoya, mwasi ya moto. Amuna yo sokeza kisi.
So I want to mention here too, this we also, remember when we started, I mentioned that there are two scenes, one for two lovers and one between a mother and her son. So here we see the son and the mom. You see that the son, he sent, apparently package came to the mom. So it looks like he sent her that particular package like a gift. So he looks like someone that has been on like a journey, a faraway trip. And he's almost like he's communicating with her to express that he misses her and all of that, because you can see all smiles on her face. So absolutely, he's telling her good stuff that about she wants to actually hear. And as a mother, what else would you want to hear other than your baby's coming home? So, okay, so let's continue and see what's going on.
Yebisanganga bakisa barituel Bosora kolinga yo ekoma encore plus Car Letty est si le.
All right, here we see a lady. She's wearing white. She looks very elegant, very beautiful. But as a very interesting fact here. She's not wearing shoes on her legs, so she's bare feet. And then we'll come to that and we'll explain what that represents. So you can see her also sitting in this room as well too. And let's see what's up next.
Nazana na ivonye ya bolingo nalangwaka se na bolingo na yo nebakisa encore et toujours ba tendresse maman oyebinga nazali amoureux de l'amour bolingo opesanga tu es celle qui éclaire ma vie.
All right. So there is something very interesting happening here. So in this particular scene, we can see him with his shoes on and he's in water. So he's stepping into water. Now, this water has a symbolic meaning during wedding ceremonies in a lot of African culture. And I would explain to you when we see the girl's action with the water. So with him, you see him with his shoes on and he's interacting with the water. The girl will interact with this water in a different way. Okay. Let's
Maman Pascal Pam Prestige. Près de toi maman je ne vis que le bonheur. C'est le même bonheur netina paradis. Chaque matin bah je t'aime na yebiaka na courage. Oh banisa ba chagrin nanga. Oh éclaira ba journée sombre ya vie na ngai. Love ngai Marie-Hélène. Je disais ngai Marie-Hélène. La mélanie beaucoup oyo na lingaka chérie. Comme ngai na paroxysme d'amour. Papa ngai na mono ema. Yasmine.
Okay. We first saw the mom and the son in an open field playing. The son is no longer distant from her that he has to call her through the phone. He looks like he's back home and he's taking her out and they're having good times that they had maybe when he was still a kid, memories. So it looked like they are kind of like recapping memories and having lots of fun as well too. And then we saw these two lovers in another room that looks different. We're going to get to that and we're going to explain a whole lot more. But we see her here in this room. Now, if you notice, she's barefoot and she's walking around this room. And remember that this room is actually filled up with water. All right, let's go ahead and see what's next.
La Tanzanienne Marie-Hélène
Okay, so I want to learn about this passage right here where he's standing. So if you look at a passage, it represents transition. So if you, it shows that there is a change from one situation to the other. Now, if you look at this, the whole music video so far, we've had two scenes where you have the lovers in the pink room and then you have them in the green room. And now they're showing us some form of like a corridor or a passage, and usually that will show transition. But also what's interesting here is that in this transition, he's still standing and he's still wearing the same suit and shirt he was wearing in the first scene. And then we said blue shows dependability, and he's still standing strong. It's almost like, you know, a man taking a bride. He's standing to his words. I'm still here. I'm still doing what I said I would do. I'm still strong and I'm still here from you. I'm going on a journey, but I'm still the same person. So that's what we can make out of this. Okay.
aza kitoko tellement nga namonaka baetoile Marie-Hélène tikanga na yamba yo na maboko na nga chéri napose motu na nga esika motema ebetaka Julie Pella Francine Nitu Inosita tikanga na yamba yo na maboko na nga chéri napose motu na nga esika motema ebetaka mama je disais na Aja Kobele, my sister.
Okay. So here we see the mom and the son. We see them. We've been having fun all this while. They've been celebrating. They've been so joyful and happy, going around together, basically. And then you can see the son treating his mom like the queen and the lady she's always been for him. And then she's almost like taking care of him, and he's taking her out, basically. And there's something else about this mom and son. You would also see that the boy too has come of age as well too. He's no longer a kid. He's a matured man this time around. We will get to that towards the end, and I'll explain to you what that would mean with this whole storytelling and the music. Um okay. So here we get to her interaction with the water. We see her move around the room, and we've seen her walk elegantly, and she's walking through the water. Now, if you notice the way she's walking through the water, she's not tiptoeing. She's like sliding through. She's just gliding her feet through all the way. And this is very, very it's a representation of a particular practice that is being performed in wedding. So in some African cultures, so when the woman is getting married, right? Or after the wedding ceremony, before she steps into the man's house, the someone within the household of the either the groom's household or the bride's household, depending on whatever culture and the way that they actually carry out this practice. But someone would come in and would wash her feet. So it's almost it symbolizes, it's almost like a form of cleansing, like you're going on a new journey. You transition into to become a wife and a lover. So it's almost like we want to wash you off every like negativity, not negativity in that sense, but it's seen as a form of cleansing before you step into the man's house. So apparently, if you look in here, you could see her sliding. So she's interacting with that water like she's washing her feet. And then if you look, she's also wearing white as well. And white is very it's customary to weddings as well too. So you can see how wearing white as
Mama Angèle à Yaoundé, Bisso Niembo, Chantal Bomolo. Marie-Hélène, actrice principale nanga. Kaka yepe réalisatrice sa filmango. Alela ba suspense na ba mise en scène. Elengize soirée nanga Marie-Hélène. Moya, tikanga na yamba yo na maboko nanga chéri. Na pose moto nanga esika motema ebetaka. Marie-Hélène, ya kingo ya no.
okay. So here we're seeing her on by this same passage, and she's wearing a black dress. So in this situation, what would this mean? So the passage by itself symbolizes transition. Now, if you recall, she was wearing white in the other scene. She has washed her feet, which means that that washing of feet, which means she's now a bride and accepted into the man's household. And now she's wearing black here in this scene. Black in this scene would represent like a mystery, unknown. It's like she's going on a journey, but she doesn't know exactly what to expect, which is normal if someone is going to marry you. I mean, you're going to a different place entirely, right? You don't know what to expect. So that's how she's been portrayed in this particular scene. And then also we saw a second scene as well too, where she's her interaction with the man is different, because in that particular room you could see her seated right beside him, which she didn't do in the other room. In the other room is either she was sitting by the arm of the chair, or she was sitting by herself, or she was standing up. But we never saw a time where both of them sat down side by side. But in the green room, we would see that looks more like a home. We would see both of them sitting side by side. And in that same room, you will see her wearing red. He's also wearing red as well too. And like we said earlier, red actually signifies passion and actually desire as well too. So let's go on.
Kilorele na Jordi Oya Olingo nanga kingoya Ekilibre nanga ezayo Soki na bele kyote mena kufa montemba J'ai choisi la meilleure.
Okay, something interesting here as well too. So he's also wearing a pink shoe as well too. So like I said, the way a man will wear red is different from the way a woman will wear red. But both of them actually connote they're having the same kind of desire for each other. Then also in this scene he's wearing a pink shirt. So a pink also shows affection, shows it's like a joyful love kind of stuff, right? So and then you see him dancing, and I think she would join him, and they would dance together.
Je savais que tu étais parfaite. Partout n'a pas on dit qu'elle a le bon choix. Bala Marie-Hélène, Madame Moya, Nalela yo maele, Nagino Moya, Mobalino.
So I want to mention something about this scene before we move on. So if you recall, in the scene where she was in the passage, she had black on, and we mentioned that black actually signifies mystery and also unknown, right? So she's transitioning, she's going on a journey of she's not so sure and things like that. So I mean, not that she's not so sure, of course she'll be sure before she gets married to him, right? But it's more like the unknown is becoming a little bit clearer kind of stuff. Okay. So and then we would see her, we're seeing her here. She's lying down, which actually it's a state of being emotionally and physically open to receive love, basically, right? So I would say that's what I can pull forth from this particular scene. We'll move on and see what the rest of the story has to tell us. Okay, so in this scene, you would see the mom and the son dancing, and also you would see we see red as well too. But we're not seeing the mom wear red on her like a dress. It would red usually it would be for lovers because it connotes differently when a lady is wearing a red with a man. But this time around, the mom is not wearing it. The red is on the wall, which also shows some form of deep unconditional love between the mom and the son. And we're seeing the mom and we're seeing the son too. We're seeing them dancing. We're seeing them enjoying themselves, all smiles as well too. So I'm going to mention some of the things he's been saying so far. So he's been saying stuff like, let me carry you in my hands, darling. That I put my head where my heart beats. Okay? Then he say, dope me in love. Cook for me. I love you, my darling. Okay? She's a director of this movie. It's kind of, I put my head where my heart beats. Okay? He said, immediately I saw you, I knew you were perfect. He says, "Make me an angel." Marie Helen, apparently, maybe that's her name. He says, "My love and your love is forever." He said, "I saw you from afar and I knew you were perfect for me." Okay.
Christian Miss Babou, Sultani Suleiman, Christian Kaji, Etienne Eto.
And then you see her dancing with him now. So she's dancing with him. Both of them are dancing together. And dance together with someone is means total acceptance. Okay. So that's it. So in this scene, this is very interesting. So Fally usually in his musicals, you will see him do this flip this sign, and right here you see him teaching her to do it, and she's learning. So it's like she's following his ways. She's learning his ways, and she's following his ways as well too.
Hervé Umba, Christian Matata, Jonathan Mamidou. Bébé Takapta, Marvin La Brioche, Picho Bongoso, Bobo Coloqué, le président Patrick Kamanga, José Kabea Chefilo, Jean-Paul Essaï, Laure la brésilienne. Sadam Mbokolo, Dido Mbokolo, Cheko Kelly l'industriel, Ricky Issasso, Yannick Moudimoula, Christian Bossio.
Wow, so I really enjoyed that music, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. I know there was quite a bit of explanation, but what I've done, if you want to go back and watch the entire music without all the explanation, but now you already have a pre understanding of what the narrations are. So hopefully, when you watch the music, you would enjoy it much, much better if you've not done so. All right, so I would have the link to the main musical itself, and then you can watch it. It's MH by Fally Ipupa. So hope I was able to explain quite a good and give a lot of good information about African cultural practice. And I think this musical was really, really awesome. I love the way they were able to convey the story to colors. I love how they were able to use colors to interpret a whole lot of meanings that made it the storytell. In fact, this is just a beautiful, what they call beautiful storytelling in musical. Absolutely. I love the words that he used. I love that they were able to subtly incorporate that cultural practice that is actually quite very symbolic in a lot of African marriages. And then we also have the instrumentals, especially towards the end. Oh, that's my best. Absolutely. I love the instrumentals. I know I was talking in between that. So maybe you probably did not really have the time to really catch the groove. So I would say go watch the movie, the music from start to finish, and then you will be able to appreciate it much, much better. All right. So that's it for today. And I would say if you enjoyed it, if you have any comments, if you have any music video you want me to narrate for you, kindly drop the information in the comment section. Don't forget to share this video. Don't forget to like it. Don't forget to subscribe as well too. And I'm going to come up with another music video, and we're going to have explore it and get insights on what they are trying to convey to us. All right. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you very, very soon.